Hi, welcome to ProjectHaven, and today we'll be doing bullets, projectiles, and also a little bit of the debug features, and we add color to the players, just so we can like demonstrate which one's which. So today's not only bullets, not only projectile, we're also doing guns too, particularly gun, not like generic items and stuff. And so here's a few attributes that this mechanics will have. Um, the bullets, when the gun shoots, it goes off a random accuracy. The reason why I want to do this very early on is because I want to make sure, because the whole thing will be network, and the structure we'll be using is that whoever created a bullet, for example, a player created a bullet, then that player has a authoritative say on the bullets whether or not it hits someone and how much damage it dealt. And on the server side and also other client side, these bullets will also have to uh, go off the same direction and like visually hitting someone that is supposed to hit. And before the actual local player tell everyone else, okay, I hit him, and then play the blood effect or something. But today we're not doing the blood effect. We're just gonna. So this is one way to test if the bullets is actually um, hitting someone. Also, the bullet will be using a random seed, but this is not a definitive random, if that's the right word. Not a true random. We'll be using seed random, so that's better. So we don't have to like send the the directions of the bullets. Instead, we could just send seed. This is particularly good for weapons such as shotgun, where if you send a bunch of if you send for example 10 pellets off, and then in a traditional method you have to send 10 uh, directions to other clients in the server, which is not ideal. But with a seed, with a seed, random seed, will be just so the first bullet seeds, and then like uh, increment 10 of them will give you an exact same sequence on even on other platform on other clients or server side, as long as you just had give them that one seed, that first bullet random seed, and they will know what to do with the rest of it. And the bullet has speed, and this is a mechanic that carry over from the original Haven. And like I said, whoever shot it will have the authority to will have control over the hit detection. Also, for the server, we will not create the special effects. So when the player shot a bullet, and it tells the server, okay, I shot a bullet in this direction, and the server just announce that to every other client. It doesn't generate the bullets locally because there's no use to, unless any server authoritative. Um, in this case, we're not doing host, so server doesn't have players on them, but server does have AI. So in the future, when AI shot bullets, then that will be server sided. So first thing first, we're gonna do this very simple thing, and it will be just a simple script we add, a temporary script we add to basically debug player color. What this script will be doing is detect once it spawn in the scene, and then it fetch all the players that exist in the scene, and then mark them different color. And since this is a temporary script, so we're not going fancy with the design and everything. So like just gonna be like this color, player 1, player 2. Since we only need 2 players, but you know, whatever. We're gonna make it 3 in case we have 3 clients for testing later on. We're gonna give it a default color. Actually, make the first blue and the third green, because I want to see blue and red primarily. And, so player game. This is the base class that every player should have. Find objects of type player game. We're just gonna go for each player game player and there's and we're gonna mark the sprite generator into whatever color. You know what? If we're just gonna write some very simple one instead. I don't think the for loop works. It's gonna be very simple script, and it's very not looking good. But this will do the job. And we're going to attach that to a play scene. So in future, we'll see the player have different color. In the future, where if we are to set the color based on the player's selection, color selection, then we'll remove this thing and then go with that one instead. But for now, just for simplicity, I don't think color really matter until it's just a cosmetic thing. Just for testing purpose. Let's see what it looks like. Let's remove this thing so it doesn't. Oh yeah, it needs that. Let's make this thing an update then. And as we can see, the player has different color, and that's succeeded. Now, actually, just keep adding the updates. Don't care about optimization for now. Just in case the network didn't enable the player before the start method. So we're gonna call that every frame. It's not a big of a deal. So this is done. And we're now starting to do the gun, the weapons. Item, gun. So the way I'm gonna make a gun is that the gun carry all the attributes it should have, and so basically when you drop a weapon, for example, it will be having its own attributes, like customizable fully. And I see some games they do weapons such as that is deep embedded into the code. So every attribute is either read off the XML, uh, or like they have a predefined enum or predefined classes for that particular gun. But in this case, we're just gonna do a very generic thing. And since we just started, so we don't actually have a lot of things, a lot of attributes needed. Basic things, ammo. We'll go with 10. Serialized private integer max ammo 10. What else does it need? Oh yeah, accuracy. How are we gonna define the accuracy though? So we're gonna go with the angle of the spray pattern. For example, we're gonna exaggerate it like 15 degree. I mean 20 degree for testing purpose. Okay, and that should be all. In the future, we're gonna do a lot of more attributes, such as those attributes in like Counter-Strike, where you shoot it for a long enough time and it will be more inaccurate and stuff like that. For now, we're gonna keep it simple. For a reload, it's just gonna reload. It won't use any ammunition at all. It just refilled the ammo. Equals to max ammo. Since we don't have any animations, so that will. I'm think. Do we make this a local action, or does a client take over this, or? Hold on. Let's make this a sync var. Is an item base a network? No, it's not networked. So it means it doesn't have a network. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna. Should we keep the separate script, or should we keep this a child of this? If this is the case, we have to make this a network unity. because we were thinking about networking, synchronizing this and such later. So why not just make a network anyway? And yeah, and then this will derive from the item base, with this being sync var. Oh, this need to include statement too. I mean, using include is like C++ thing. Sync var ammo. Hold on. Ammo should be local, because with the lag, you could very likely create create a projectile that you don't have. So this shouldn't be sync var. It should just be a local thing. So client has control over everything, basically, and the server doesn't know about anything here. And with that case, then should we still make a network behavior though? I don't think so. Let's revert it back. Would there be things? No. For now, let's make this just model behavior. And there's no. This is gonna derive from the item base, regardless. Just this one. We have nothing to sync. It's all local. So reload is going to be a local method. And is there anything else I need to do? Oh yeah, projectile. We're gonna be using a prefab here. Bullets. It's gonna call it bullets. Shoots. So we shoot. Due to the mechanic we pre-established is that the client will shoot the bullets and keep monitoring that bullet's detection while telling the server that it has created bullets over a network. So how would the special effects be conveyed across the network? That's the thing. That's the problem here. Since this item is not client authoritative, and we're not going to make it a client authoritative. By that I mean like giving the control. By that I mean you are able to do commands. So since the player has the ability to call command, we're going to the inventory. Since that's the little here inventory network. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna write code here. Because this has the records of the weapon that's using currently. With that said, we're gonna write codes. Let's write a little thing here. So little delimiter equipped, pickup equipped, another delimiter, shoe gun, command private void command shoot. This will be just for the effects. Shoot effects. And as for the client, the server will broadcast the effects over everyone's end. RPC, shoot effects. As for parameters, I haven't thought of it yet, but shoot effects. So the server won't do anything at all. If this is since the item base knows about this user, and we're gonna use that. If the user is local, oh, we need to make this protected instead. So every child knows about it. Wait, this is not, hold on. So when you press a button, this should be just, this is a method to generate bullets. This shouldn't really care about the condition checking or anything. If user is local, actually is server, else if user has authority, actually is local, hold. The effects, no, has authority. Has authority to bullets. Meaning, when the bullets hit someone, and the bullet knows that it has authority, that means it can just it will just notify the server that it hit someone. If it's not a authoritative bullets, then it just play off just as effects. And effects. I'm gonna call this a prefab. Instantiate. at the gun's location. At the gun's rotation. Generate. We first generate bullets, and then pass authority to bullets. If we don't have a script for the projectile yet, so we're just gonna leave it as this. To do pass authority. Actually, we're just gonna write a debug error. Pass authority to bullets, in case we forget about it. Effects will be, there's no effects for now. We'll just generate the bullets, and the bullets will go off its own. Pass user weapon damage, etc. Well, one more thing, we could like pass this projectile speed, bullet speed. Okay. Okay, a couple of parameters to pass along. First, so the gun will shoot, will generate bullets at this position, and it goes over this rotation, and that seems right. But we don't want that, because if the gun was to at the local player's end, then it definitely knows what direction to shoot at. But for the clients and server, it doesn't know it. So we need to pass along the position where the bullets is generated. Also direction. For direction, we could just pass along the quaternion. Hi, we were cut off a little bit. I thought I was recording. Just go over what I thought I missed talking about, and I hook it up to the controller. And now when I use the item, which will check only if it's a local player or local server, and the item should be null, and get item and check if it's a gun. In this case, we talk about we didn't use the dynamic dispatch because we can potentially create a lot of signature and with a lot of sets of parameters, which doesn't worth the convenience. So instead, we use this to particularly address this item and its operations. And now when the item is identified as a gun, then it will get the position and rotations, and locally it will shoot the bullets. And then it will tell the network about it. If it's a client, it tells the server. If it's a server, it announces to everyone else. And on the server side, it doesn't do the effects, because the server, if it doesn't have control over a thing, then all the decorated things shouldn't happen there. It saves CPU and announces everyone else. And if it's a local player, we should avoid the entire method. So that's why I didn't put this thing inside this and expect an else statement. So yeah, this is not no item. Okay, good. Now when we shoot the gun, it will generate a prefab, which will be colored in red if it's local bullets, which means the client, if the bullet hits something, it will have a say over the victim being damaged or not. If the local bullets hit someone, then it will relay the message back to its user and send commands, which haven't implemented yet, but right now we're just spawning bullets. Let's see. We hook up a lot of things. If I ever missed, hook up the network spawnable, and we're ready to go. On the server, it won't generate bullets, like I said before. All the cosmetics won't happen on the server. So in this case, we're gonna look between the clients and see other clients should have the bullets spawned too when one player shot it. We'll have our red player and the blue player. Now we can, talk things. And the slimy looking color item is the gun. When we click the button, you see the red player has the red because the red player shot it and it turned to red. On the other side with the blue player, it appears the white bullets because it doesn't control this bullets. By control, I mean it's not local bullets, and if it hits someone, it's only for cosmetic effects. While the red on the red side, if the red bullets ever hit someone, then it's gonna tell it's gonna tell the network that it hit someone and it's deal the corresponding damage over the victim. And we're done for the basic mechanic with a gun. Now we're moving on to the bullets. It's actually quite a lot of things. I'm not sure I can cover it all today. But right now we have the gun. We have this debug features. And now we need to do is a bullet speed and projectile traversal. And potentially, you know, change the health a little bit when hit. Now let's write the projectile. For a gun script, we'll have what we need to pass along is bullet speed, and that's about it. Actually, damage won't. I won't do a damage right now. It's not much, or it can pass along. Why not? These are the gun attributes. Okay, looks clean. Let's write our script with the bullets. Item. We write script here. Just call it bullets. So we have our a little bit of attributes here. The bullets, speed, the bullets, everything. Most importantly, whether or not it's local. Network, local, false. And should we make this completely abstract? Giving access to everyone, or do we just make a initialize a long array of parameters? Lies. What we need is a local. I don't want to bother with the naming too much. With like, some people said, the Java people said this should have, say if this is a network local, then this shouldn't have an underscore and this should have an underscore, but I don't want to do any of that. Damage, speed, that's good. Bullet damage equals to damage, bullet speed equals to speed, is network local. Okay. Also, what it should have is the user, attacker, or shooter. Now, the player game. Hmm. What am I thinking? A shooter. Now, when the bullets hit someone, now it has the someone to reference to call the network methods. Perhaps this should call inventory network, but um, I'm thinking where to call the damage methods. Should I put this on the player game? Because I don't think when it hits someone, it should refer back to the original player to call the methods. That sounds very weird, strange to me. I'm thinking like creating a client's portal, and everything the client does, it refers to a client. It refers to the portal about who does what. Hmm. Maybe I'm. Right now, let's do the bullet travel. So the bullets is initialized with the rotation set to where the gun was pointed to. In that case, it could just go through this motion. Nothing to do as a start. If so, when the bullets travels, if hit someone, destroy. Or does it uh, yeah, let's just do this first. So right now it moves. This bullet doesn't have collision or anything. What it does is it does the detection thing first. Call physics, raycast. It does raycast primarily. In the future, we'll do like a bullet piercing, meaning you can pierce multiple targets. But right now, it only hit one object and it stopped. Physics raycast from its current location. And the transform right, it's a vector. No, it's not right. What's the quaternion multiplies vector? I believe it's quaternion. What's it called? Basically, you rotate the right vector by this rotation. But I couldn't. Is it too? No. Rotate towards. No. Local rotation. No. Run to the other rotation. We don't have an angle right now. Can it just multiply? Vector right. You can. How about 3? No. Or is it the other way around? Oh, you can do this. Okay, so rotate this to 1, 0, yep, correct. Right. Go toward this rotations and distance of one thing is, do we keep a delta time, or do we calculate via the? We should do a delta time. Delta time. Times bullet speed. Another thing with the delta time is it has a cap set to it. Well, let's see. Let's see the difference between them. Delta time versus fixed delta. Should we test it ourselves? So fixed delta time. Within 1 second, it will, no matter the frame rate, it will travel the same distance. Since the fixed amount of times the call per second. Let's do delta time for now. If we ever encounter problems, we'll do that later. We will consolidate our knowledge about fixed updates. It's taking a while. The reason I'm checking these is because I used to use the delta time, and it turned out there's a cap for the delta time for how high it can get. And what that turns out become is even when the frame rate is very low, if it passes threshold, then the delta time remains the same. So that's why I want like an honest delta time instead. So that is, even if say there's a lag spike happens, and it won't because of the delta time. It's on honest calculation of delta time. It causes something don't get deleted in time, and that get piled up and become problem later on. And that problem occurs in my original Haven where a character died and I created a corpse. And by default, the corpse dies and get deleted in 10 seconds. But since the delta time didn't really keep track of the exact, the honest delta time, I'll say that the real time. So the server keeps saying there's a new corpse coming, and you need to make a new one. But the old corpse didn't get deleted in time. And that keep piled up, and the frame rate keep dropping below threshold. And still the delta time is capped to a certain amount. So the game still thinks that the corpse shouldn't be deleted, even though already way past 10 seconds. Okay. In that case, if the thing remains low, does it really stem a difference though? I don't think it will really matter that much in this case. We'll do a delta time instead. So if it hits, let's set the bullets to that location, to hit point, then destroy it. If it doesn't hit, set position, forward, distance travel, I believe this is a local rate, and when that times this one, it should generate a vector that represent how far it should get. And when you multiply that, add that to the position, it should be a new position. Yeah. Destroy this game objects. Oh yeah, there's a collider too. It should also pass the layer mask, which the bullet should be hitting. Big mask. Okay. Forgot to turn this back on. Past attributes, bullets, objects. Bullet objects. Get components. needs a damage. Speed. Let's write this here below it. Enemy hit back mask. It's past the shooter, the user. As for a hit mask, we should put that at player game, I suppose. Yeah, I think everything that is related to faction and anniversary, what's the word? Forgot. Enemy related stuff. Should put it here. Nope, effects. Oh, good. Okay, let's remove this identify, color identify. Initialize bullets. Now the bullets should just fly. Okay. Looks fine now. Maybe the bullet speed is a little too fast. Here. I'm gonna tune it down so we can still see the movement of it. I don't think damage should be exposed. Everything about bullets shouldn't be exposed. It should just be objects. a property of a gun. And all right. I should make a mask instead of head mask. Damage mask. Okay. Right now we're gonna set it to wall only. Double make sure this is recording. We're gonna double check the scene has some walls to it. Yep. Wall, box collider. That should be good. What should happen when we shoot a gun and bullet come out, and then it should hit the wall and stop and just get deleted. Let's start it. We're controlling the blue player right now, and it pick up the wrong item. And we're pressing button, but we're not seeing bullets coming out for some reason. That is very odd. Did we accidentally remove the sprite? No. What could go wrong? So, let's find out what the problem is. I'm thinking maybe something is null reference again. Let's just make sure of that. We're gonna play on the Unity editor and see what's being warned. Okay, we're the blue player. We're pressing the button. Still nothing coming out for some reason. Just something just got screwed up. Let's check the controller. is fine. The last time we tested it, it worked with the shoot bullets, and I'm thinking the way the bullets traverse might be a problem. Especially this part is fishy. I'm not sure if this is correctly done. Distance travel, bullet speed. This is red axis. Let's normalize it. I'm not sure. Doesn't say it's 001, 010. I mean. Let's remove the go scene. Start the server again. We're the blue player, so the bullet did come out, but got deleted immediately afterward. We shot one, it got deleted immediately. Is the gun too fast, or what is it? Remove the go scene. Being 5 is not very fast, I would say. So it did travel? And what did it hit? Also, I like to know the direction it's traveling. I already have this. Why do I need a rights? Let's see. Okay. It hit. Oh, it hit the player. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Player is not a wall, and so direction. Okay, direction looks fine. Yeah, direction looks fine. But it hit the player itself. For some miraculous reason. Remove the ghost scene. Oh, we didn't pass the hit mask. Oh, that's not good. Now we should have it working. No, we didn't rebuild because everything's calculated. Bullets is calculated locally, so. Okay. Looks like it's okay now. Now we're shooting bullets. And let's say if I set a speed higher, it shouldn't penetrate wall. Yep, it doesn't. Instead of deleting this, what I'm thinking is we're creating a particle. We're creating a trail. In order for the trail to work, so we can't delete upon contact. So what we need to do is dead, and we're gonna need a trail to tell the bullets to kill itself. False. And if we're gonna turn this to true and not destroy it. And if it's dead, don't do anything at all. In the future, we're probably gonna add the pool mechanics, but right now, deleting and creating a new one is fine for us, for testing purpose. And this is dead. Of course. Now, we're using a trail renderer, but this gives us an idea where the bullets has traveled, with a little trail behind it. Missing texture is fine. Auto destruct, yes. Times, I'll give it a 2. Just to testing out. No more sprites. Just these. No shadow, no nothing. Off. What do you mean? We don't need any sorting layer right now. Anything do you need emitting? No. Cast shadow off, receive shadow off. Since it doesn't have a material, or can we just give it a sprite material? No, it should have a color. Let's make it a yellow. At the end, it's a little orange tinted. More red. Alpha, no. Too much artist efforts in this. For a project that doesn't even have a player profile. Alright. Does it get deleted? Looks like it does. Now let's turn up the gun dummy. And bullet speed 1,000. Okay. Looks fine. No matter how high it is, it should always hit the wall. Okay, makes sense. Alright, cool. Now let's try that on the over the client. We're gonna turn up the bullet speed. We're the red player right now. And as you can see, it's being synchronized over the network. Although we haven't added the randomness yet. Okay. Now we have the bullet speed. What we left off is the accuracy. Also, the bullets looking too thick a little bit. Make it center so we can see things. Where's the width? Whatever. Gun bullets too fast. Make it 200s. It's good. So just enough. The bullet is slow enough. We can see the bullet lagging. Also, it's heading the right direction. Also, it's not moving too slow. Alright, now we're gonna do the randomness. It should be called rotation gun. Position usual. And then from here we do the rotation. And what's it called? The random seed. So we need the random seed. If I understand this correctly, what I could do is when I do the shooting, where is that? Here. So I'll create a seed, random seed, deprecated. What's it suggest me using? Use init state function. State. So what it suggests me using a random state, but the idea is the same. Once you set a state, you get the number, certain number afterward. Then it's going to get a random value. But can you get a range out of it though? Noise value. It's taking its time. So the thinking is, we get this seed, but since wait, This is deprecated, but does it work though? If it works, then perhaps we could use it. Since we're using the whole deprecated network UNet, we may as well just use other deprecated stuff. If it works, then we don't need any future support. We're not changing the Unity versions at all. Maybe returned by the property, the behavior is different, but that is a random between zeros and 1. That makes sense. Okay, we get a seed, we pass it through. But where are we getting the seed out of though? So it invokes the random value multiple times. Does it just go through that? Huh. Does it automatically increment the sequence? Okay. Let's make sure. Okay. Recording still. Let's make a seed. Get the seed. Also pass along the seed. And then, once you get a seed, how much value does it have? How many seeds are there? Let's assume it's between zeros and 1,000. Let's randomly generate a seed between random range 0 to 1,000. and we pass that along. And over there, the shoot method. Random rotation. In the future, when we do a shotgun, then it will generate multiple pellets, and that's what the C is good for. Random C equals to C, and then we're gonna get ratio out of the random. Right now we're gonna do just one bullet. And then this is between okay 0 and 20. It's the angle offset. Random angle. And then this is the midpoint. Accuracy divided by 2.0. Say this is a 20-degree spray cone, and then this will be a 10-degree. Suppose this get a 8, then 8 minus 10, that would be 2 degrees to the left, at which this would be a minus 2.0 angle. Off, yeah, off of the rotation of the gun. Alright, we're gonna merge that to the quaternion. This will be in degree. And then we're gonna generate a quaternion based on that. Quad offset, random offset. So angle axis. Which one's deprecated? Yeah, this one's deprecated. Does this angle along vector 3, I believe, is up or no? No, I think it's forward. Yeah, forward. Angle off of this, and we get this quaternion. What's going on? Read bytes? Did I send something over the net? Oh, yeah, I did. Right. You're right. I need to rebuild this. Because the network call parameter list got changed. No, it should be good. Looks like a spray is good now. Looks fine to me. And now let's see if this is good for overall network. Hopefully the angle is the same. Now we're gonna do a Unity editor and a desktop client. What? Oh. Oh no. Just to test them between different platforms and see if the seed is the same. Oh, whoa, 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 don't start yet. Too late to party. Let's see. Check the client. So I'm trying to hit the corner, doesn't hit it, and it's a semi over the network too. Cool. Awesome. It's synchronized. Perfect. Looks like the seed is working. Well, except for dedicated server because it doesn't show at all. It shouldn't show at all. Let's see if I can. Oh, well, I can't. Let's try a different player handling it. Should also be the same. Also try to hit the corner. Yep, perfect. The seed is working, the randomness working. Very good. I guess that's it for today. Client authoritative hit detection. Well, we'll leave that to later when we're dealing with um, damage and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put this to the later episode of the ProjectHaven devlog DevThrough, and we'll sum it up for today. Okay, we did the player color, the gun, the bullets, and the randomness with a seed, synchronized over network. Cool. And thanks for watching, everyone who is watching right now. Hope you have a nice day.